Madonna sang about it and made it an international hit. But which member of the royal family is finally in vogue? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Hope you're all keeping well as ever. Lovely, bright day today. And yes, some nice green foliage behind me, isn't there? I know a lot of people say to me, why do you always sit behind foliage and green and stuff? It sort of makes you feel better, you know. I think it's nice to get out and about. We can show you the sights of London or wherever we are across the United Kingdom. But I sometimes think seeing nice flowers, a bit of nature, simply just cheers you up. Am I right? Of course I am. What do you mean, no? Yes, I am. Back as ever, though, to your breaking story of the day. This particular story is very heartwarming indeed for us. Whatever you think about this particular lady, this year she reaches 75 years old. An amazing feat for any girl, don't you think? But particularly for Camilla Parker Bowles, as she was known, she's now, let me tell you, going to be featuring on one of the most famous magazines in the world. Now, Her Majesty the Queen was recently the front cover girl with a portrait from 1952. And of course, previous royals have graced the front cover, including Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, and way back, Princess Anne. In fact, the only recent royals that haven't graced the front cover was for the royal who was in the royal family for a nanosecond, and that is Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. She'd more of a sort of charity-based element when she was guest editor of that magazine. Now, the editor, sensing the fact that people do like the royals and much needed sales are required by Vogue and its brand Condé Nast, the editor Edward Enninful has decided that he now wants to feature this lady on the front cover. So much so, they've done a sit-down interview with Camilla all about her charitable works, her new move into the patron as being the National Theatre or of the National Theatre, and of course her reading room, her charity for refuge women. There's so much that Camilla actually does that a lot of people don't know about. She really is one of the hardest working royals. So what can we expect in terms of glamour on the front cover? Well, apparently Camilla herself was shocked when she was offered the opportunity and said, surely you don't want me on the front cover, you don't want sales to go down, do you? But of course they do. They realise that whatever people think, she's proven over the last few years at least to be incredibly popular. Now, I've been lucky enough to spend some time with her son, Tom Parker Bowles. He's a food writer, restaurateur and entrepreneur. A brilliant guy, a lot of fun, very similar to his mother. And he said to me that she's rather bashful, doesn't really like the limelight, but realises that in order to make sure that the charities are seen and noted, she has to get out there and flag wave. He said if she could do it behind the scenes, she simply would. This is the Camilla that a lot of people don't know. Now, of course, a lot of people will also say, well, we can't forgive Camilla, etc., etc. There's two sides to every story, as we know. As we also found out, all thanks to that investigation kick-started by, of course, Diana's brother. He basically said, Charles Spencer, that he wanted an investigation into that ludicrous interview with the BBC and Martin Bashir. And what that's really revealed is that, of course, she was tricked into all of that with all of that backstabbing by that particular journalist, who should be remained disgraced, I believe, forever. So for those that really are not sure whether they should give Camilla a chance, wait and see till you read this interview, this exclusive interview coming up on the front cover of Vogue. And more importantly, why not give her some support by buying the magazine or simply downloading it? Like everyone else, Camilla can't wait to see what magic they can do with her front cover as the Girl of the Month in Vogue. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.